In today's video, we're going to just do a couple little things in the Morning Ladies journal, and then we'll move on to day 15 and 16 October daily prompts. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I was going to work on our Morning Ladies, but I've decided to put it into the cover that I had made, because remember, it's Stash Buster, so I want to use up things that I have. So I am going to end up turning this into two signatures. So I think I'm going to go ahead and split it right here, okay, and just take that out, and I'm going to have two signatures here. I did find this doily, so I want to add it in somewhere. And the one other thing before I can go any further on actual pages in here is I want to coffee dye the fabric that I chose, because it looks really white up against anything that I have tried as pages. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so I like it there, but also it gets it out of my stash. So let me show you the fabric. So this is the fabric I have. Now it's really interesting. I went to pull it out, and the reason I didn't just go dye it was because I wanted to show you that it is like, it has an edge on it. Like, it would have been an amazing tablecloth with the roses sprinkled on the outside and then the roses across the top. I do have another little thing I want to do, and so I'm going to cut this piece off of it. I say cut, but I'm actually going to rip. It rips really, really easy. Okay, and come here and rip up. Okay, so then I can fray it so it will match the other two sides that are beautifully frayed. Okay, so I'm going to cut off a piece to go in the center and a piece to go around the outside, and I'm gonna just do the outside like I did for the Halloween. Now, if you're a Patreon, you've already seen this, but the rest of you, this is your first look. I did put my October journal in here. I got to use that awesome fabric, and so there we go. And of course, I did stitch one of the signatures in upside down. I fixed it though. Okay, so I'm going to do that same look on the outside of this one, but I'm gonna coffee dye this fabric. So I'm gonna be cutting a piece for the spine here and for the inside. Okay, and coffee dyeing that. So hopefully we'll have that done and can use that tomorrow. Now, I have chosen that to be a fabric flip, and I thought this page that had the staple would be a good place to go ahead and add a fabric flip. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just use the fabric tack, go across. We will lose just a little bit of this page for journaling, but I think it's beautiful. Okay. Oh, somehow we ended up with some glue down here on this corner. You can see I added a stamp and some washi here. Okay, so that will give us a fabric flip there. I love the color. It works really well with these roses. I think it'll even be better once it's coffee dyed, the fabric. Okay, but I think that the white one in here is fine. Okay, so I still need a few more large tags, but the other thing I wanted to show you is I will be showing you later today the new Morning Roses digital kit that goes with, it's the companion to the Morning Ladies. And I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of these pages that I accidentally printed 2 of when I was printing out the kit. And I was like, that's okay, I'll just add them into the journal in a couple of places. And I think this back one needed more. Okay, so if we put this one here in that direction, so we have all the roses, and then we have the music with the bunch of roses and the butterfly there. And then we have this one that's just a rose border. And you know what? If I fold this one this way, they can just go in there and either become a large pocket or be glued to each other. And I don't have to mess with the white space, right? Okay. So added those in, and then I do have this one and this one, and I thought I would go ahead and we'll work on this with the rest of the journal, but I'm probably going to make one of those large index cards using that, or something to go in. I have a couple of large pockets that still need things. Okay, so that is what we have for this. We're going to go ahead and skip to the prompts today. We'll be back with the Morning Ladies and the Morning Roses tomorrow, and right after this this video, there will be a video that is the what is going into the shop today. So we have Morning Roses, Morning Ladies, Halloween pages, a mini ephemera peacock kit, the paper, avocado dyed paper. All of those are going into the shop today, and so we'll put those in a separate video. So let's move on to our October daily prompts, and you can see this is going to be really fun, really cool. We're going to add some lace, we're going to add some fabric to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see what our prompt is. So yesterday our prompt was hot chocolate versus apple cider. So that was October 15th's prompt, and we'll do that after we do today's, which is favorite soup recipe. So with these prompts, you might not actually have a favorite soup recipe. This might not even be something that you want to talk about, but what you can do when you have a prompt list is you can use that as a jumping off point. So maybe you can tell when you like soup or why you don't like soup, or that kind of thing. So what I have here is I am so grateful. I found an envelope, a gigantic envelope, where my mom had started putting together recipe stuff to make a recipe book for us for Christmas. It says so right on the cover of the envelope. So this is her tomato soup base and her vegetable stock base. Now these are not my favorites, but the fact that they are in her handwriting and that I was able to find this envelope in the midst of a whole lot of paper stuff, I am really excited about. So I want to put that in here on this soup page. I'm going to be doing something with this, and I am going to be making it for my family. And so I'm just going to go ahead. I've got those. She had just written them on, whatchamacallit? Oh, index cards. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I have that to put in here. If you're here for the premiere, I'm waving. Hi. And say hello to Lucy. Hi, Lucy. I'm so glad you've joined us today. If this is your first premiere, just know that it is a pre-recorded video and we are in the chat. So you just hit that live chat button and you can come and join us. We do this every day at 10:30. We have a premiere, which gives us a chance to keep in touch with each other while we are getting some crafty ideas and inspiration. So we also have our Facebook group, Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Julie. We'd love to invite you to join us over there where you can post your projects. We can all get to know each other even better. And there is a free digital waiting for you in the file section. Oh yeah, and this is Friday. So today the new digitals come out. Morning Ladies, Morning Roses, and the Halloween pages. So the video for that will be right after this, and those are available now at 50% off for the weekend in the Etsy shop. That's the Dear Julie Julie Etsy shop. And now, back to our program. So let's go ahead and find the page. Let's decorate the page, and then we'll add, wrong book. It is green though. Okay, so it's a chunky monkey. Okay, so here we go. We are, there's 13, 14, 15's gonna go here. So this is 16. And so the first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna go ahead and close this pocket. Wow, I just put it in here upside down. It was working. Maybe this is one. It was working, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're on restriction now. Okay, so want to close that pocket off. And then I have picked out some things that I thought would be cool. So I have this recipe card, and I have a bug that just won't leave me alone. Sorry about that. It's embarrassing to have a fly. You should be asleep. It's not even 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so I have this little recipe card that I think will be fun for this page, and I can go ahead and write about what I'm putting on this page. Okay. Okay, so there, and that continues to make that the pocket. Okay, now this is day 16. I don't think I have a card out yet for day 16, so I'm going to have to oh, Jiminy Christmas. Bug. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use this tag from, I think it was from Joyce. And look, that gives me, look at the empty chair. Gives me a place to write about these. I like that. And I'm going to go ahead and just stick those in there. It's so nice to find things that have my mom's handwriting on them. Okay, I found some Flinch cards in my box of things to use up, and so I do have the number 16. This one was printed on cardstock, and again printed at 5x7, and I did not just go print this. This was, I have this one, and I have some other pages. Okay, so I'm going to want to add my 16 somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and put it over on that side. And I actually, my favorite soup recipe is that skinny soup that is on the internet. I love that soup. Now, I have to actually go shopping to make that soup because it has some things that I don't, well, I can't even get here in my little part of the town. I have to go downtown to get some of the things. But that really is my favorite soup. But I love chili also. And I make chili several times throughout the winter, and so I know this is not super impressive here. So another place to write a recipe that would be really cool besides a recipe card is to write it on, if you have one of these library the cards from the catalog cards, card catalog. So that would be another place. It might even be kind of cool to put my mom's things on those, but I'm just going to leave them in her handwriting in here. I'm going to tell this story about that there. Then over here, I will put the skinny soup recipe. Okay, so we need a couple more. I do still have a little bit of this washi. Washi is always a great, I'm trying not to bulk this up too much. I already added pages. So there we go. Okay, so that is my what is your favorite soup recipe or some kind of soup story. So you could even put like a banner that says "Got Soup," something like that. So there we go. Okay, so yesterday was day 15. And day 15 was kind of a contest kind of thing. So do you like apple cider, hot apple cider versus hot chocolate? So it was hot apple cider versus hot chocolate. And I am wishy-washy. I like them both. So, so I have some little things that I picked up. And since I like both, I'm going to be putting both in here. I actually had myself some hot chocolate this morning, so I went ahead and took a picture. But I have this is another. This is Gooseberry Patch. So is the recipe book that I'm using in here some of the time. So here's a creamy hot cocoa recipe. And then for the prettiest arrangement, use Grandma's teacups. Group several teacups together and float a single large blossom in each. So I'm going to go ahead and take that recipe out and put it in here for the hot cocoa part of this, along with my cocoa, but then my cocoa was Swiss Miss, okay? But I did put little marshmallows in it. So I have my photo, and I have my recipe. I have some apple. Okay, so some apple tags. This is the mulling spices. So you take the apple cider, heat it up, and you pour it over your bag, your tea bag of mulling spices, and you have hot spice cider. It's really good, and it's really easy. And there's the recipe right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off of here. And I actually have this out in my my fall coffee bar. My fall coffee bar is actually s'mores and hot cocoa and sparkling cider. So that's what I do for the fall. They might not need all of that. Okay, so I have my little cocoa thing. Empty delicious cocoa into a mug. Add 8 ounces of hot water. Sip and stir. Stir, sip, savor. You deserve it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. It's kind of a funny page I have going on here, but so this is more of a how to, actually one of the ways that I use my journals, and that is to go ahead and put pictures, use the ephemera. So there's that ephemera. We don't need that anyway. Okay. So kind of like a glue book. Now I wish this hadn't turned out so huge. It's because I should go ahead and just reprint it. It's because I had it as a square. So I'm going to go ahead and redo this. Maybe I'll print it on, and I'll put the picture. I just don't, but I don't want to waste it. It's not like I'm going to, you know what, we'll just put it on, we'll cut it. I mean, it's not like I need, I'm not going to need this for anything else. Right? Okay, so we can go ahead and put this down. Let's put this down as a pocket. So if you have a special recipe of hot chocolate that you like, you have a hot chocolate tradition or a hot apple cider tradition, then that's what I mean by a jumping board for the prompt. It doesn't mean that you have to do the prompt just as it is. Go ahead and make it your own, okay? So the prompt is apple cider versus hot chocolate. You could go, oh, well, I'm just going to write about hot chocolate. Or, oh, I'm just going to write about apple cider. Last year, I wrote about where I grew up. There was an apple orchard with they sold apple cider, and so I wrote about that for last year. I'm going to cut this so that it fits in here. Okay. And then over here, I can put the apple. Okay, and if I fold them over, okay, and I'll make it a tuck so that it can, if I have something else that needs to stick up under here, it can. So you can tell stories about both if you want to. Okay, now I need to, there's two of them here. Go ahead and pull this up. And this one we'll go ahead and just come across. Okay. Okay, we can throw away this from that. Okay, so now I have my little Martinellis with the thing that I love so much. I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow up here just so that this doesn't think that it needs to hang down quite so far. Okay. And I left one in there for the smell. So I left a mullein spice in there. And the recipe is also on the back. Okay. Okay, so you can just take like one of those cute little Martinellis, apple juices, heat it up, and then put your little goodie on top of it. Okay, and put the recipe right in there. Okay. That's staying down. Okay, now on this we have one of the envelopes, and it's got these apple stamps. So I just thought it might be kind of fun to put those on with, so I'm going to put it right on top of the little thing. So you can make your own little tea hangers just with stamps, with the stamp images. Like a lot of my digitals will have images that we call the stamp images, and that's just because they're about the size of a postage stamp. Usually they're found in the mini ephemera page of the digital. So there, I love that. And so we actually used the package from the hot chocolate. This is from a cookbook, a photograph that I went ahead and ran off, and it's a picture. We used the bag from the mulling spice. I'm leaving it in there. We used a stamp. We used the recipe because since we've put this down, we can't actually see the recipe. And I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I want to keep the God bless you. I like that. And the postmark. Okay. There. Okay, so we need the, oh no, did I lose the 16? There's the 16. Oh, the 15 we haven't pulled out. There's the 12, 13, the 2. Uh-oh. Did we lose the 15? Well, I'm going to be adding the 15 right here once I find it. Or I might just have to go find another one. Let's look real quick. There's the 7. Well, I'll be doggone. Like my Nana used to say, I'll be doggone. Did anybody figure out what that, where that expression came from? I haven't. Oh, there it is. 15 on the floor. 15 on the floor. So do you actually use your journals? How do you use them? I have a Bible, a journal for when I'm doing my Bible study, and I write the things in there like I would write them in a workbook, but I write it in my journal. I have a quote and that kind of journal. I have my goals journal that we made for the new year. And I use that. There we go. Okay, so there's our 15. And we'll go ahead. Hot cocoa versus hot cider. Okay, so then this gives me places to go ahead and write in here, and there you go. So day 15 and day 16 we are caught up, and I will show you so this is my cover. Again, I added that beautiful fabric. I did 5-hole pamphlet stitch. The Patreons got to see that it was interesting putting this in. I did not even take the stuff out of it. I just put it in. And this is going to be the last part. I had a page left from that bird book. And so these are my pages that I will be using to finish up this journal. So this month of October. So this is my October daily journal, and now you're going to get to see me putting images and things into a journal that is already put together instead of one that was in pieces. Okay, so there's that pocket. So I'm going to go ahead, go through and get these pockets ready. I can also add some signature ties into the front one, because the front pieces are all done, and I might even get a few minutes to go ahead and go through and do some of the journaling here and here, which I would really like to do. So there you go. I hope that gives you some ideas on how you can take the prompt and jump off and turn it into your own. Oh, and stay tuned, because we will have the video of the new digital kits. They are all 50% off. They're companion kits. The companion digital kits are all 50% off. We also have the avocado dyed paper is going into the shop as well. So stay tuned for that coming up after this video. I will put last year's playlist for the October daily up there, and you'll be able to see that if you watch that you'll see the day that I did about the apple farm that I grew up by. And then I will put the days 15, 16 up here from last year so that you can check that out. Might give you some more ideas there. YouTube's going to put a video here that there is something that they think that you're going to want to watch. And then I'm going to say, have an amazing day. Find something to celebrate every day. Have some hot chocolate or some apple cider or coffee with your favorite creamer. And again, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.